Welcome to today's Explainer. Get ready, because today we're going to equip you with a very specific kind of superpower. We are going to give you the exact X-ray vision needed to spot hidden inefficiencies that are lurking on practically any shop floor, in any office, and honestly, in any workflow.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Think about it. What invisible enemy is secretly draining your production efficiency? Starting right now, you're stepping into a brand new role. I want you to consider yourself a process detective. We are going on a hunt for process leakage. You know, those quiet, completely unobserved moments that just eat away at your margins, your time, and your energy without you even realizing it's happening.
Well, our primary suspect in this investigation actually has a name. It's a Japanese term called Muda, and simply put, Muda means waste. But it's defined really specifically. It's any activity that consumes resources, whether that's time, manpower, or materials, without creating actual value for the customer. In lean manufacturing, our entire goal is to systematically locate and eliminate absolutely anything that isn't essential for production.
So, here's our briefing dossier for today. First, we'll cover number 1, the hidden enemy, Muda. Then, we'll break down the culprits into number 2, the DOWN wastes, and number 3, the TIME wastes. After that, we'll expose number 4, the ultimate waste, overproduction. And finally, number 5, tools for elimination. By the end of these 5 steps, you'll have the blueprint to eradicate waste.
All right, Section 1, the hidden enemy, Muda.
Now, to actually defeat Muda, we've got to first recognize what it looks like when our processes just lack standardization. And this brilliantly illustrates the stark difference between traditional thinking and lean thinking. In a traditional environment, an inconsistent process leads to messy results. That lack of standard processes creates a toxic culture of blaming individuals. But in contrast, a consistent lean process creates a non-blaming culture where problems are recognized as opportunities. People aren't the problems, they are the problem solvers.
Moving right along to Section 2, the DOW wastes from defects to non-utilized.
So let's introduce the first half of our suspect lineup. To make spotting these wastes totally memorable and actionable, we use the acronym downtime. Let's break down the down part. D is for defects. This is scrap, errors, or faulty assemblies that require manual rework or just end up in the trash because they miss the customer specs. O is for overproduction, which means manufacturing batches faster, earlier, or in way larger volumes than the downstream process actually needs. W is waiting. We've all felt this. Those agonizing idle times where an operator or machine is just standing by waiting on setup delays, missing parts, or supervisor approvals. And N is non-utilized talent. Interestingly, this 8th waste was added by Western industries in the 1990s. It represents the tragic waste of ignoring frontline suggestions and problem-solving ideas from the exact operators who know the line the best.
Which brings us to Section 3, the TIME wastes, from transport to extra processing.
Let's move to the second half of our acronym and see how this builds the full picture of process leakage. T stands for transportation. That means moving parts, work in progress, or materials between bays and buildings without adding a single bit of value to the product itself. I is inventory. Think of excessive raw materials or finished goods just sitting there, taking up space and totally tying up capital. M is for motion. This is unnecessary physical walking, lifting, reaching, or searching by operators, all because of a poor workstation layout. Finally, E is extra processing. Basically, doing more work than is necessary, like over-engineering, excessive finishes, or redundant reporting that goes way beyond what the customer actually asked for.
Next up, Section 4, the ultimate waste, overproduction.
We really need to elevate the stakes here for a second. While all 8 of those wastes are absolutely terrible for efficiency, there's actually one mastermind coordinating all the rest. As the author Jim Womack famously stated, lean manufacturing is the systematic elimination of waste. Historically, Taishi Ono, the pioneer of the Toyota production system, identified the initial 7 wastes. But he recognized one of them in particular as the most dangerous catalyst of them all, overproduction. It is quite literally the mother of all wastes. Now, what's really interesting about this is the massive domino effect it triggers. When you manufacture items too early or in massive volumes, it directly sets off a chain reaction. It generates a staggering 95% of your excess inventory. And because those items just sit in storage, it completely hides downstream quality defects. You might not even realize a machine was miscalibrated until weeks later. Plus, it creates unnecessary motion just to move and store those giant batches, which triggers massive process bottlenecks.
By stopping overproduction, you effectively cut off the oxygen to all the other wastes. Finally, Section 5, Tools for Elimination, Countermeasures. Now that we've identified the suspects, it's time to deploy our countermeasures. We're going to arm you with your core weapons. This is highly practical. We're directly mapping specific culprits to their exact target countermeasures. For example, if your trigger is defects caused by inconsistent machine setups, your countermeasure is mistake-proofing, also known by the Japanese term poka-yoke. If you're fighting overproduction from traditional push scheduling, you implement a Kanban pull system to pace production to takt time, which is simply the rate of customer demand. Got waiting times from long changeovers? You hit that with SMED, single-minute exchange of die to rapidly reduce setup times. And if motion from scattered tools is your main enemy, you deploy 5S workstation organization. Speaking of 5S, let's actually break down this foundational methodology step by step because it's literally your best defense against motion and extra processing wastes. Step 1 is sort. Eliminate anything unnecessary from the work area. If it's not needed, get it out of there. Step 2 is set in order. Place what's left in the most efficient, ergonomic location possible. Step 3 is shine. Keep the workplace meticulously clean so that any abnormalities instantly stand out. Step 4 is standardize. Turn these practices into consistent, daily habits. And Step 5, which is definitely the hardest one, is sustain, using discipline and regular audits to ensure the standard doesn't slowly slip over time. So the crucial point here is that true lean uses a combination of these advanced tools to continuously pull value through the system, rather than forcing or pushing it. Things like value stream mapping, or VSM, help you visually chart the entire flow to spot non-value added activities. Just-in-time delivery ensures you only have exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, eliminating all that bloated inventory. Jidoka, which beautifully translates to automation with a human touch, gives machines the ability to detect failures and stop production immediately. And Hijunka, that levels out your production schedule so you aren't wildly fluctuating and overburdening your entire team. And hey, remember, we aren't just relying on clipboards and stopwatches anymore. Modern continuous improvement takes all these traditional lean tools and combines them with incredible information technology innovations. Things like the Internet of Things, smart factories, and digital personnel management are completely amplifying lean. They are the ultimate new X-ray vision, giving us real-time, immediate data to make waste elimination more precise than ever before.
Which brings us to our final and honestly pretty provocative question. I want you to think about your own day-to-day operations. Out of the 8 wastes, defects, overproduction, waiting, non-utilized talent, transportation, inventory, motion, or extra processing, which one is currently hiding in plain sight in your workflow? And more importantly, which lean tool are you going to deploy tomorrow to eliminate it? I challenge you to take this new process detective lens back to your environment and start hunting. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy hunting!